So if you've been watching the news, you know that there's been significant protest in the Gaza Strip and in the border of Israel because of the move of the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which signals an official, recognition by the United States as of Jerusalem being the capital, and conflicts with, previous plans for peace, where the Palestinians believe that East Jerusalem will be their capital of a new state if there's ever a two-state solution. And so, I think the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is extremely difficult. There has been really bad things done by both sides, but ultimately we have to see the Palestinians as humans and as people that are wanting to protest and fight for their own freedom, their own rights to their land, and be able to, have freedom of movement and be able to bring in and develop their area, and they're not getting to do that. And, the tactics that Israel has taken have been oppressive. And I know that there's a lot of people that really quick try to cast all criticism of the state of Israel to being anti-Semitic, and you just can't do that, right? Like, they're in power. As a group that is in power, you can end up being oppressive to other groups, and in this case, Israel is being oppressive. And it's not saying anything against their ethnicity or saying anything against the faith to acknowledge that and to say that they're against it, right? I've always identified as Christian, and Christians have done some horribly oppressive things throughout history. And so, I think it's time for America to really acknowledge that Israel is emboldened to do what they do against the Palestinians because America backs them and allows them to do it. And if there's no consequences for Israel by the United States, they will never stop doing what they do, right? There's always been pushing, right, encroaching, starting, bulldozing homes, developing their own things, pushing the wall. All this stuff has happened, and America just lets it happen. And then you have, this decision by the current president to move the embassy and protest for 6 weeks about that, because it really signals a shift to Palestinians that America is not interested in bringing about peace in the region, and that they're just going to defend Israel no matter what, and continue to complicate things. And it, I'm really struck. We were talking about the causes of World War I in my world history classes, and we were talking about the power of a few people's decisions that can lead to the deaths of millions of people in the case of World War I, but even the deaths. And, you think about this decision to move the, to move the embassy and what it's going to accomplish. Like, what good does it bring to do that? And, we're already Israel's closest ally, already giving them millions, billions of dollars in aid every year. Like, how does that improve the relationship with Israel so significantly that it outweighs the counter side of further pushing Palestinian away from us, further fueling U.S. intervention in the Middle East, which is a catalyst for terrorism and for radicalization. We go through all this, and so, this one person's decision to move the embassy just got 60 people killed and thousands of people have injured. And, you can switch it up however you want, but at the end of the day, if that decision wasn't made, those people would not have been out there and would not have been shot. They may have died a different way in a different protest, but this one was about this decision. So to all the people who lost loved ones, my thoughts are with you. And for those that are healing, I hope and pray for peace in the region, for a two-state solution that recognizes the humanity of all people involved and allows for a power equalization between those two groups that both have some historical claim to the land. And so, it's a complicated issue, but the way it's going down can't happen. So, read up, learn about the issue before you comment too, and try to make it about being anti-Muslim or anti-Semitic. You really need to understand the issues. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.